bad couple.
Are they talking about us? Shh. Wait. Are they talking about us? I think I heard Past the Wire. Past the Wire TV. They are talking about us. Often imitated, never duplicated. We are everywhere.
Seriously? If you're betting horses and not watching these shows, you gotta be freaking crazy. Capiche?
You're watching Past the Wire TV.
Well, hello everyone. Here's the second show of the week for Kentucky Downs. Hope you guys all caught my opening day at Kentucky Downs video. It's out there right now. So now I'm going to do Saturday, the Nashville Derby. We're going to tackle that, the pick 5, and let's put it this way. It's going to take you a while to do some handicapping for Saturday at Kentucky Downs, even opening day, to be honest with you. Big, huge, great races. You're going to get some good odds on horses. Even the favorites are going to be probably 2 to 3 to 1. You got to take that if you like that horse a lot. So with all that being said, there's a lot of money out there to be had. I want to thank Racelands for all the tools they give us for the show. And like I said before, if you have any questions, shoot me an email right here at Charles Past the Wire about anything about owning horses, what trainers do, jockeys. And like I said before, we are got that pinhook and racing syndication starting very soon here, and we're going to get that rolling. So send your inquiries to me and by the email once again. And let's go and tackle this. We're going to check out the pick 5, which is extremely hard to do. I had to do some cutting big time on this. It's extremely tough to do, but you got to make cuts somewhere, and that's what I did. So we'll go with that being said. So I'm going to tackle the 9th race. We'll do the pretty much the middle of the card, and we'll see how that looks like. All right, 9th race is a stakes race. Okay, it's the Mint Kentucky Turf Sprint. All right, we're going to look at race number 9. The number 1 horse looks really nice. This is a really nice horse. Look at the last 2 times this horse has won. Now remember, they're going 6 furlongs, and if you watch my first video, I explained how they go uphill, downhill, right turn, left turn. So it's really nice to see if a horse has ran at this track before and done at least well. This horse is 2 for 2 at this track. Gotta like that. Sassy Joseph and Franco, the last 2 times, I mean, look at this. The horse did excellent at 7 furlongs and 6. They are going 6 furlongs again today. Has that pressure type of come from behind a little bit. And at this track, that's what you're going to need. So I think this horse is a major player and must be thought of. The 2 is probably another major player. This is the pressure type of horse. Irad's jumping aboard. Irad will not be riding at Saratoga on Saturday, people. So Jose's not riding there on opening day for Kentucky Downs or Saturday. So maybe Irad might clinch that riding title at Saratoga. We'll see. Anyway, last time out, the horse did not do well in Saudi Arabia. But back in the States now, that was in February. The horse has been gearing up. The horse is 1 for 1 on this course. Pressure type of horse. That's what we're going to need in this type of race. I think this horse is a major player. You got to look at this horse big time, 7 to 2, and probably that's where it's going to stay. Remember, your favorites are not going to go off at 1 to 9, and if they do, it's going to be one race somewhere, and I doubt it very much. Okay, the number 3 horse. Last time, this horse has been knocking on the door the last 3 times. Early type of pressure, sits right there. So can this horse kick it in is the first question. Let's see. I think so. This horse has ran at this course 4 times and has hit the board 3 times. 1 win in there in 2 seconds. Gotta like this horse's chances. The horse loves this course. And if you look at the last time he ran at this track, it just was sitting even all the way around. Just couldn't quite kick it in. But I have a feeling this horse is going to do some damage down the lane. Now, the number 4 horse here, another horse that's pressure type, which that's what you need in this race. Has run at this track before. Did not win or even hit the board. But Luis Saez is aboard. Horses could do some kind of damage because he has that pressure type style. But for me, I'm taking a pass. The 5, Graham is your jockey. Graham should be able to handle this track really well. He's done well at this track before. This horse ran at this track before once and did not win. It didn't do well. Finished 6th overall, but hey, it's another horse that has that early speed. I don't know if this horse can hang around at the end, especially at that stretch, the way the stretch is, going uphill a little bit. Might be a little bit of a challenge there. So for me, I'm taking a pass on this horse. The 6. Horse is from England, running from in England. Horse has got some nice pedigree. Horse ran here once before, finished 2nd. This horse is dangerous. I was in a 6 furlong sprint here. Came flying at the end, just couldn't quite catch the winner. So, and Dettori is riding it, this horse. So it could be a dangerous horse. Definitely on the bottom side of your exotics. You got to check it all out. Could be one of those type of players. The 7 has been ran here 3 times, hit the board twice. Wesley Ward, one of those trainers you have to watch out at this track. And Junior's aboard. So this horse has got the speed and pressure type speed also. So I don't think he needs the lead, but he's going to be sitting really close. He's going to be in there challenging at the end, but I still say he's going to fade a little bit. There's others in here I like a little bit more, but hey, for the exotics, the bottom side, definitely a player in that. 5-1, you might get right around there, maybe even up to 7-1. So check that horse out if you like it in your exotics also. The 8, another horse here that's a pressure type, early pressure type of horse. Jose's aboard. Jose's one of those jockeys that you have to watch out for. Actually, both Ortiz brothers are, but Jose's probably a little bit more so. You got Tyler Gaffleone. He's really probably one of the top jocks here. Rosario, the Ortiz brothers, Ben Curtis and Graham, all of them could definitely handle this track, no problem. And Dettori, okay? So for this horse, I think this horse is going to be pressuring. I just don't know if it's going to have enough kick at the end. So I'm going to take a pass on this horse. The 9, another pressure type of horse. Someone's going to have to come from behind, right? I don't think this horse has got enough speed to be out there in front. He's got a lot of work to do against some of these horses. I think he's up against it personally, so I'm taking a major pass. The 10, horse has early speed. You got to like that part about it. It's going to get in a speed duel with somebody. Most likely Rosario is a plus at this track riding this horse, but for me, I'm taking a pass because I think there's tons of speed in here. He's going to get pressured enough. I don't see anyone on the lead going wire to wire in this race. The 11, another one of your speed horses that's going to be out there gunning it. Tyler Gaffleone is out there. Tyler Gaffleone is, in my opinion, probably one of the best riders for this horse right now. But I just can't with this horse. I think there's too much speed. I think you need a pressure type of horse that will sit close enough and take over down the lane. So I'm Taking a pass, but I think this horse is worth noting to put in your bottom side of your exotics. The 12, this horse is really going to have to pick up the pace a little bit to even do any kind of danger here. Horses ran here 4 times, has yet to hit the board, and so I'm not going to be betting on that one for this. 13, also eligible. We have to talk about all the also eligibles because 9 times out of 10, they still get in. I mean, there's always scratches, so you always got to look at that and check out every one of these horses. Horse needs to pick up the pace to even compete against some of these horses on the outside too. For me, I'm taking a pass, but you know what? This horse has hit the board 3 times out of 4 tries at Kentucky Downs. Last time he did go wire to wire, but it was against much easier horses than he's competing against today. 14 also eligible. Another one that's going to have to do something when if he draws in, he's going to have to actually pounce. He's going to have to come from behind. Horses ran here 4 times and just hasn't hit the board. And number 15, also eligible again. Steve brings this horse in. The horse is okay. I mean, I don't think at this level. I think these horses are in here. There's at least 5 horses in here that are, I think, better than this one. And I think 2 are really the top 2 in the race. So I think it's up against it. And I would definitely demand 20 to 1, if not more. So we just got through that 9th race. That's a lot of horses. We're going to check out, see what Race Lens thinks about the course itself, how it's going to pan out. All right. Once again, you'd always see in these sprints, you're going to see a lot of horses up here. You got the 8, 10, 11, 5, 12, 15, and the 4, all of them wanting that lead or being close to the lead. That's pretty much how I see it too. Those type of horses. The horses I like are usually pressure type, but I think they're going to have to sit behind a wall of horses of at least 5 or 6 because it's just the way it is. At the mid stretch of this turn of this race, the mid, which would be in the turn, is the halfway point. They say the 8 is going to start pulling away a little bit. Got the speed to do that, yes, but I don't think the 10, 11, and 12, and even the 6 and 7 are going to keep that horse very, very honest. And I think your come from behinders are going to struggle a little bit, but the ones that sits right behind those top 5 or 6, I mean right on them, they're going to be very dangerous down the lane. They're seeing it as the 11 is going to win this race by 14.3%. The 7 in second by 14.2, 8 by 12, almost 13. So they think those 3 are the top 3. And then you got 15 and 5. I see it totally different, and that's what the beauty part about Kentucky Downs. This is why you're going to get odds all the time. So if you like a horse a lot, you should put it in there. Your exotics like exactas, tries, pick 4s, pick 5s. That's where you'll do some damage. I like the 2, 1, 3, 7. So I think the 2 and the 1 are going to fly at the end and catch them. The 3 probably will be right there also, but the 7 will hang around, I think. The 7 will hang around for a piece of that pie. Let's look at those true odds. The true odds are saying the 4 should be 14 and the morning line's 15. No big deal there. The 5 should be 13. You got 20 to 1. There might be a little bit there. And then the 8 should be at 7 and it's 8 to 1 morning line. So, I mean, look at this. Your favorite's going to be probably 4 to 1 in this race, maybe 3 to 1 at best. So jump on who you like, but this is how I like it. And like I said, I like the 2, 1, 3, 7. Now, we're going to be going to the 10th race, which is the Nashville Derby. You have a lot of horses that are trying the turf for the first time. that have talent, that have serious talent. So, with that all being said, oops, there we go. I got to get through that. Let's just go to number 10. There it is. They're going 1 mile and 5/16. By the way, on Saturday, there's a race in there that's going over 2 miles. So that's interesting to watch. Anyway, let's start with the number 1 horse here. Hill Road. Chad Brown's got this horse now. Look. This horse has been knocking on the door and behind some very tough company, Sovereignty, Journalism, just to name a few. So with that all being said, I think Hill Road here with Tyler Gaffleone and Chad Brown, they're going to have it all set up right, ready to rock and roll. I think this is one of the horses to beat, but it is a wide open race overall. Look, this horse is 6-1. This horse is usually, when it races against Sovereignty and Journalism, he's like 14 or 18-1. So with all that being said, I think this horse is a major, major player. The horse has ran 2 times on turf before, has won 1 time of those 2. Tyler Gaffleone, gotta love that part. So look out. The number 2 test score, Grand Motion, Franco. Franco was flying with this horse the last time. This horse can do some damage. I would not be totally shocked if this horse jumped up and won this race. The horses ran on turf before 9 times and finished 8 times out of the 9. So the horse likes the sod. Just the question is, how about Kentucky Downs is the major question. Excuse me. So I think this horse could be a player, but personally, I think this is on the bottom side of my exotics. The 3 King of Ashes, Brendan Walsh, blinkers are being thrown on. I kind of like that move a little bit. This horse is going to be an early style. I think you're going to see this horse jump out in front. This is probably one of your leaders. Ben Curtis, I don't have a problem with him jumping on this horse, especially on this course. Never ran at this course. The horse has hit the board 2 times out of 3 tries on the turf. 30-1. You're probably going to get that. That will be your leader in the race. But for me, I'm taking a pass. Thomas Lowe. This horse is a Mark Casey is a trainer. Horse last time did a really good job of sitting really close to the pace. I kind of see this horse doing the same thing again, sitting very close to the pace. The question is he out of his league? I'm going to say right now yes, but he might prove me wrong in this race. Who knows? He might totally love Kentucky Downs, but I'm taking a pass. The 5 here. Burnham Square. Look, this horse was on the Kentucky Derby Trail also. Ran it behind some tough cookies, Journalism, Sovereignty, just to name a couple. Look, this horse is trying the turf for the first time. I think the breeding says it's okay on that. The sire on turf, first time turf, he gets 15%, so it's average. Brian Hernandez, no problem on this horse. He knows this horse very well. This horse could be dangerous, but for me, 100% on the bottom side of my exotics. Simulate, the number 6. Another one of the horses that's pressure type, might even try to get up there and try to sneak on the lead. Horse is made for the turf 100%. Kitten's Joy out of a Warfront mare. Gotta love all that. The horse has hit the board 3 times out of 5 tries on the turf. Once again, can this horse handle this group? I'm going to say it's going to be tough for this horse, so I'm going to take a seat back on it. I would definitely demand more than 10-1 if I was going to play it. Tistastic. Okay. This horse has been running against a lot of tough cookies everywhere, even, Cold Battle, Sovereignty, and some horses that are in this race, and has done well and hasn't done so well. It's on and off, on and off. This horse on the turf, the last 2 times did not fare well, but the horse has 2 wins on turf. Steve is Mr. Winchell's. They own this horse. Winchell owns part of this course. He owns part of the track. So you got to like that part, that combination. Rosario is one of your top jockeys for this track. I think this is a major player. Definitely, I have this horse in all my exotics. Definitely would not be shocked if this horse wins. And look at those juicy odds. 20-1. I think you're going to get very close to those odds. Number 8. Definitely a horse here that has been running on the Kentucky Derby. Was always having trouble. The horse basically the horse was in his own way all the time. This horse did a lot of goofy things down the stretch half the time. And they took the blinkers off. I thought the blinkers was going to be the trick, and it really wasn't. This horse might be maturing at the right time. Jose's aboard, one of the top jockeys you want to think about at this track. I'm not worried about this horse first time on turf. Tap-it horses usually go anywhere. So I think this horse has got a major shot here, a major player, definitely in your exotics. So don't turn your back on the Sandman. The 9, Noble Confessor. This horse, Top Fletcher, Irad's aboard, of course. This is another one of your pressure-type speed horses. I think there's going to be enough speed in here and pressure type of horses. This horse has ran on the turf 4 times, hit the board 3 of those 4. So I'm not worried about that part. Can this horse handle this class, these type of horses? Probably can. He ran second against Zulu Kingdom, which is a nice horse. So horse could probably be right there. But I would say, if anything, put it on the bottom side of your exotics. But for me, I'm taking a pass. And the angle here for this one, horse won last time as a favorite. Success is a 6.6. Now, the 10, Maximum Promise. Last time did not show much on the turf. And overall has not shown much on turf to begin with, period. I think this horse is really stepping up. And when it comes against these horses, Luis Saez, excellent there, especially with McPeak. That's a great combo, but I would demand everything of that 30-1 if it was me, if I was going to bet it. But I'm taking a pass. Final Gambit, the number 11. Horses just right there every time the last 2 or 3 races. Kind of weird. The horse closes, but then kind of almost stops, gets going, and kind of hesitates a little bit. Out of this, not this time, which is on fire as a sire. The horses hit the board 1 time out of 3 on the turf. Cox and Florent. Nice little combo, but for me, I'm taking a pass. Is it going to go to number? Just won't go to number 12. I don't understand. That's weird. I'll come back to 12 here in a second. I'll have to look at my phone. I'm sorry, but this is out. I don't know why it's not clicking on number 12. Number 12. Oh, yeah, this horse is from France, I believe. England. I'm sorry, England. Wimbledon Hawkeye is the name of the horse. Runs very well. Gets a lot of seconds. This horse ran 10 times on the turf and has hit the board 8 of those 10 times. I'm sorry I can't show you this, but Dettori is riding this horse. Definitely it could be a player. I would definitely put this horse on my bottom of my exotics because, the horse is probably going to be the favorite or close to it, 7-2. But for me, I'm, just going to put him on the bottom of my exotics. The 13th. This horse is going to be one of the speeds, but it's also eligible. So even if he draws in, he's going to be one of the speeds coming from the outside. I'm going to say no. I'm going to take a pass. The 13, Iron Hand, another horse with speed. He's going to be on the outside. This horse kind of comes from behind. It's more of a pressure type than the speed horse. He's going to have to step it up to even compete against some of these horses, so I pass. Native Runner, number 14, McPeak again, and Hernandez. I'm sure that there was just there just in case things happen. This horse is another one that's going to have to step up to compete against some of these horses, so I'm taking a pass on that horse. Now let's go and see what Race Lens thinks of this race, how it's going to pan out. All right, they see the 2-3-9 going out to the front. Yeah, those are probably the three I think would for sure go out to the front. You might have like your 13 or 14 try to go out there with them a little bit, but anyway, I don't think they'll get in and they'll do it. Halfway through the race, they're saying the 3 is going to start pulling away a little bit, get a bigger lead. It's going to be the 2, 11, and 9 sitting right behind it. I don't know about that. I think they're going to be a little tighter net than that, but they could be right about that a little bit. But remember, down the stretch, it's a totally different game. They see the 2 winning this race. They think this horse is going to be close enough and pull away at 31%. The 7 at 13, the 11 at 11. The 9 at 11, 11 at basically 8%, and the 1 at 7%. Well, I see it totally different here. I like the 1 to win this race. Hill Road, the 8 Sandman right there behind him, and then the 7 and the 5 right there closing in for the last part of the exotics. Probably even maybe the 2 also in there. But those will be that's how I see this race. Let's look at the true odds. They're saying the 2 should be 2-1, and it's going to be 4-1. I don't think you're going to get 2-1. I think it's going to be closer to 4-1. Tistastic is supposed to be 7-1, and it's supposed to be 20-1. I told you that horse. If you get 20-1, you should put a little something on it, and definitely make sure it's in your exotics. But it's probably going to go off closer to 7-1. Noble Confessor, 8-1, and it's going to be morning line is 20-1. Hey, once again, your favorite's going to probably be around 3 to 4-1 in this race, and 2 in the and the 12. 2 and the 12 are probably going to be your favorites. They don't even have the 12 on here, so that's weird. Don't know what to say about all that, but the 12 and the 2, they'll probably be your favorites. And then you're going to be looking at probably Sandman next, be your second or third favorite, and then probably Hill Road should be right around 5 or 6-1. Okay. So let's go and check out how I see this going to pan out. Once again, remember, any questions you want my full card for Saturday, shoot me an email at Charles@PassTheWire, or hit the subscribe button right over here down below. Get all the shows, my shows, Geo shows, John shows, and everybody's shows, Jim shows, and don't miss anything, especially with Breeders' Cup. Really think about it. Breeders' Cup's right around the corner if you really want to think about that. Remember, Kentucky Downs is tough, super tough. And I'm going to make one side note here about Saturday. Saturday, I believe the trainer Joe Sharp is going to have a huge day. All his horses are pretty much live, very live. It looks like he has very live horses going on Saturday, and he's in one of those trainers you definitely want to pay attention to at Kentucky Downs. He won the meet last year. Mike Maker's another one, of course, you want to pay attention to, and Wesley Ward. So if you catch my first show for the Thursday, the opening day, you will hear me say all those things also. But anyway, I'm going to say a side note. Joe Sharp has the potential. I have a huge day on Saturday. All right, this is how I see my pick 5. Now remember, the pick 5 starts in race number 8, okay? So, race number 8, I like the 10, 7, 12, 2, okay? I'm going to do exacta box 10, 7, 12. Now, and with that all being said, on the first leg of the pick 5, I'm going 5 deep in that first leg, 10, 7, 12, 2, 4. The second leg, I'm going only 2 deep. Trust me, I would like to go deeper in all these races, to be honest with you. But I'm going 2 deep in that second leg, which is race number 9, 2, 1. The third leg, which is race number 10, I'm going 5 horses again, the 1, 8, 7, 5, 2. And the fourth leg, which is race 11, we just went over the Nashville Derby. I'm doing, race 10 was Nashville Derby. Race 11, I like 2, 11, 1, 7, 4 horses. And then that final race, which is a maiden, I know you guys are thinking I'm crazy, but I have to start cutting somewhere. And I'm going with the 9-8 on that last leg, the 5th leg, the 12th race, which is a maiden, which is silly. But it has to be done somewhere to keep your ticket at a reasonable or semi-reasonable price. This ticket would be $200, okay? And I always said probably Kentucky Down would be the only track you should be willing to go a little bit higher. But, hey, if you want to make a nice ratio on your money, $200 is not bad at all. So in race number 9, I like 2, 1, 3, 7, the exacta 2 over the 1. Race 10, that's the Nashville Derby. I like 1, 8, 7, 5. I'm going to box 1, 8, 7. Just going to box them. An exacta. 11th race, I like 2, 11, 1, 7. And the exacta is 2 over the 11. And 12th race, I like the 9, 8 with the 13 and 4. Boxing the 9, 8. And exacta. Like I said, I like the whole card. It's really wide open, but I do have other horses I'm leaning on in the first 6 races. I have 3 horses there that I really like a lot. And anyway, all I can say is go out there and get them on that, all right? It's going to be very tough, but if you like a horse, looks good, do it. This is where you make your money. Make sure you play your exactas and hey, if you like tries, do the tries. If you're one of those people that like supers, go ahead. I would go as tries as the biggest I would go on those. Pick 4s, pick 3s, all should pay very well overall. So I think you should just attack it. So until then, go out there and get all the money on this. And until then, see ya.
Knowledge. It isn't free. You got to pay attention.
And ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the winner's circle for a very special presentation. Representatives from Handicapping for Horses, along with professional handicapper Jonathan Stetton, are proud to support the work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance and Old Friends. Accepting the check for the inaugural Handicapping for Horses event this past summer at Saratoga are representatives from the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance and Old Friends. Gulfstream Park welcomes Michael Blowen, Jonathan Stetton, Kelly Stovey, Jim Rhodes here this afternoon. Since 2012, the TAA has awarded more than $17.2 million to accredited organizations. Handicapping for Horses looks to make their Saratoga Springs event larger and raise money for Thoroughbreds Aftercare year after year. Once again, thank you to Handicapping for Horses, Jonathan Stetton, and welcome to Old Friends and our friends at the TAA. The Rainbow Six and race number 5 up next.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, the biggest races at the best tracks. From the Kentucky Derby to the Breeders' Cup. The best horse racing coverage is right here on Past the Wire TV.
dynasty in motion, reshaping the sport's greatest tradition, channeling the legends of his line and surpassing them. 4 of the last 6 Derby winners carry his genes. A Golden Son, a Horse of the Year. Another chapter written beneath those iconic spires. Derby dreams fulfilled for the titans of our industry. From authentic to sovereignty, a legacy both real and supreme. Into mischief.
Everybody, Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING. Get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Often imitated, never duplicated. If you ain't smooth, you ain't never gonna be a smooth operator.
Here comes journalism, here comes sovereignty, and they square off, head into the final furlong. Sovereignty wins the Derby!
You're watching Past the Wire TV. Hit that like button and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Are they talking about us? Shh. Wait. Are they talking about us? I think I heard Past the Wire. Past the Wire TV. They are talking about us. Often imitated, never duplicated. We are everywhere. Nobody does it better.